Roll call, Madam.
Seated. Kabinski? Here. Ferretti?
Here.
Brous?
Here.
Rongo?
Here.
McCosey?
Here.
Denio? Here. McIntyre? Here.
Okay, somebody want to make a motion to,
I move that we accept.
second? Okay, correspondence, we have one correspondence. I'll read it. To the Board of Directors at Monterey, NYCC, Fife and I understand there's talk of having grills on NYCC property at different places. If this is passed at the board meeting on April 26, 2022 meeting, we'll have problems with more animals on our grounds and in the smell. We have never seen a line at the grill by the pool or at the yacht club, so please do not vote to have the grills on our land at different places. Thank you, Fife and Phyllis, $20J. Okay. Owner's written request. We have Carol Flutterbacher, Wally Tejan, and Diane Parks that want to talk. Treasurer's report.
Okay, report for month of March and year-to-date March. Income for the month was $276,800. Expenses $243,900. We have an operating cash balance of $242,500. As of March the 21st, we have taken in special assessments of $113,392. And income for the month, or for year-to-date, I'm sorry. Income is over by $17,000 from budget. The main item is laundry. We went over budget by $10,000, so I guess everybody here has awful clean clothes. Processing fees is up $4,300 in 3 months. And that's just from all the units that are being sold. And then we have two unbudgeted items, and one is cable box, $1,500, and carryover from the previous years of $2,200. Golf course, it's just a bunch of small things. $2,600 under budget for equipment repair. Then fertilizer, fungicide, and pesticide is under by about $4,000, and they're $8,000 under year-to-date. Landscaping is under by $3,500, and the big one there is chemical and fertilizer. Outside contracts is under by $20,000, and a big part of that is property insurance. Property insurance is under by $50,000 from budget. Liability insurance is under by $10,000. Cable bill, it looks like we might have doubled up on one. They're over by $22,000. Water and sewer volume over by $6,000, and propane is over by $9,600. So budget-wise, we're doing pretty good. We are $30,900 under budget through the end of March. Reserve account at the end of March had $1,210,974 out.
Manager's report.
Just two quick things. Don't forget the golf course is closed for the entire week for aerifying and spraying and treating, etc. And I had mentioned a couple of times, and it's on 63 and actually on the door, the office is closed at 3. That doesn't mean that Grace went home at 3. The office is closed because of exactly what Vic just brought up. We are taking in so much extra income because we are being inundated with purchase applications. So it's very difficult to process the applications while the office is open. Once the applications slow down, probably when season's over, the office will be back open at 4. I am still available till 4 o'clock. I gave out parking permits on Friday, I did other stuff. So just because the office is closed does not mean we all went home early.
Okay, one other thing, we have to, somebody make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Make a motion, we accept the treasurer's report.
Second.
Okay, board comments. Let me see, let's start with Diane, I guess. We'll go this way.
Actually, I don't have any comments right now. Oh, wait a minute, I do have a comment. I just want to wish everybody a really healthy, happy summer.
Same for me, I have no comments, and everyone have a nice summer.
I just have one. I know we talked about it at the last meeting, about the report form, the new incident report, infraction report, violation report, or complaint form. I don't know if this is the time to bring it, because I don't think we're going to have another meeting, and I'd like to get this thing somewhat moving during the summertime and so forth. So I think is it appropriate to talk about this now? Because I think the question was, is it the, you want to name it the violation, infraction, or an incident report? And I think everybody has, it's just got the name, the building, date of violation, description of violation, name of person reporting it, and the date of reporting. The only thing I can see is that, I don't know how you respond back to the owner. So, I don't know what you want to do with it.
I thought there was an updated version of that.
Okay. I don't have an updated version, but do you have it, Chris?
No, we have not actually made an updated version in the office because you guys haven't decided what you want to put on it. It was not, just because 3 said incident and one person says add something on the bottom, that doesn't just change it. I was waiting for you guys to tell me what you actually wanted on it.
I thought that was up for further discussion at the Rules and Regs meeting that we're going to have.
Yeah, the only thing is, Pam, is that the Rules and Regulations Committee is not meeting until the 29th. Then you have to have a special board meeting just to vote this form in, which
Oh, I see.
I don't think it's practical to do. Otherwise, I would think that's what we'd do.
I
But,
understand.
you know, I would think that we want to get this thing as soon as possible. Just, I think a minor thing, whichever you want to call it, is the determination up to the board, I guess, what they want to call it. And whatever you want to do. You want-
Okay, so the form originally said violation, infraction, incident, asking which one you guys would like better. It seems that at least 4 people have come to me and said they like the idea of having it say incident rather than a violation or infraction. That seems, kind of harsh. Plus, how does an owner really know if it is a violation? Also, as an incident, it could be if somebody got hurt somewhere on the property, they tripped, they could fill that form out. And then it was suggested that complaints or incidents may result in further disciplinary action up to the infraction letters and fines, to let people know, the people that are filling it out, what will come of this. The only other thing that I heard that you just mentioned is, how do we let the owner or whoever's reporting it let us know we received it, or something like that? I mean, if you wanted to get to the point, we could have these made with a carbon copy on the back, like we do the infractions, the work orders, if you wanted to get to that point. Or we could just give them a buzz or say something that, we received your incident report.
Or you might just want to, once it's done, just make a copy of it and send it to them.
Even that, we can make a copy and just say,
instead
this
of-
is your
instead-
copy, instead of doing a carbon copy.
Yeah, I would think that would be easier. What was the other thing at the end, did you say?
Complaints or incidents may result in further disciplinary action up to infraction letters and fines.
Oh, that sounds good.
So, I thought you were going to talk about this under committee reports, but since you're already there, so is incident what we want to go with? Incident is the word?
Sounds good.
Yes, that's good.
And you like the thing on the bottom?
I do.
I do too. Let them know that this is what happens when you put in a report, that it could be fines, infraction letters, et cetera. Okay, so we'll change it, and I'll put it in everybody's box.
And then some sort of response back to the owner. You're going to just check off spot where you send it back to the owner.
Right.
On a carbon copy, I would think.
Yep,
would be
and
easier.
copy back to,
I think we need to be a little careful with that copy back to the person who complained, because some of these are really going to be complaints that result in
Discipline.
disciplinary action. So I guess my thought is the phone call,
Yeah.
and it can be divided by the board, that we know about it, and it's being addressed.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got
Yeah,
it.
you're right.
Very good.
What about something along the lines of received by the office at such, on such and such a date, and then an initials?
Well, what I'm saying is a personal phone call, so that the person gets
Oh, got
a
it.
response.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah, that's good.
Bob, as far as it getting approved, we're gonna have a special board meeting anyway because of the cable contract. So we could just have this along with that meeting.
If everybody's on board with what we've
No,
got.
no,
I think-
no, no, no. You have committee reports, you can vote on every single thing that a committee's
can?
gonna give.
Yeah.
All right.
You can vote on them. It's a generalized thing because we don't put every single committee listed separately. So when you get to committee reports, this would be under the rules and regulations, you can make a motion to accept this.
Yeah, and all the reason why I didn't do that is because we have a meeting on Friday, right, Diane?
Right.
We have a meeting on Friday, so that's after the fact. That's why I brought it up now, because in all fairness, the Rules and Regulations Committee never reviewed this.
Okay, so why don't you wait until you get to, committee reports and somebody make a motion that you accept this?
Okay.
Totally legal, totally, under committee reports.
Everybody agree
That's
with
why we
Oh, yeah.
generalize it, so that every committee can give a report.
That's next anyway.
Would anybody, the three people that signed up, anybody want to talk about anything on this, or no? Good? Okay, let's go to the committee reports. Let me see, who's on the committee, and,
I don't think every board member did a comment.
oh, I'm sorry,
I
sorry.
have nothing this time.
Gene?
Nothing for me.
Nothing.
Okay. Let me see, who's on the committee and any updates? Let me see, we're going to start with budget. Vic Browse?
It'll be, the person who's filling in or going to be at the budget meeting will be Sabrina Stagnetti, and from the Finance Committee, and Carol Federbacher, the member at large.
She's the only one that's got to be voted in on that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let me see. Got salary review, Gene? Nothing's changed on that, that's all set, right?
Yes, we're all set.
And-
Just at the meeting, decided to put some money in the budget for the salary review. It's flexible, and we'll talk about more about October when we start to discuss the salary review. Also, I'd like to say, as liaison to the Mora Committee, we had a meeting on the 18th August, talked about quite a few things. New member, welcome a new member to Sue Andrews as second chair in the committee, and the committee had decided pretty much to reduce the number of Mora meetings to just January, February, and March. We'll probably talk more about it, but what it's for is since Chris has been doing his monthly meetings, a lot of people, for the board reps, and getting a great turnout. The turnout at the Mora meetings, even though they've had special people in to, give some kind of information on different subjects, the turnout for the meetings has been really low. So they're contemplating limiting the meetings or talking about it further. That's all.
Maura, which is you, Gene, that's all set, that's just you, so. We're going to go to the annual owners meeting. Lorraine?
We're all set.
We're all
covered.
set,
Yeah.
okay. Everybody's set there. Finance, I'm going to turn that over to Sabrina for any updates that you've got and the one committee member that you got to put on there.
Hi. First of all, we have a new committee member, a finance committee member. His name is Tom Calisi. We voted him in last week at the meeting. And the other thing is, I did the reserve summary analysis for these first 3 months, And with that, that's going to sort of help us base what the projection will be for 2023 for the income that we would need. But anyway, so the beginning balance of the reserves was $1,192,251. We took in to date $67,560, and our total expenses were $52,238. We also had a reimbursement of $850 for the benches. So to date, at this point, our spending has been, we are taking in a little more money than we are spending, but there are a few line items that we will probably be spending more money on. Because if you look at them separately, if you look at, the line items are roofing. We haven't really spent any money on roofing yet, but once we start spending money on roofing with the inflation and the supply issues, we don't know how expensive those are going to end up being. So I'm thinking roofing is going to end up having to be funded some more. The figure that we have now for this year is $75,000, but that may end up needing to go up. And then we have buildings, which are needing repair now because they're older, and again, we have the inflation issue. So I think that is going to need to be funded more. For now, it's funded at $52,000. And same with outside infrastructure. That's funded this year at $43,500, but that's probably going to end up needing to go up. Both of these, to date, the buildings took in $13,000 in income, but spent $19,000. And outside infrastructure took in almost $11,000, but spent $18,000. So I think these are going to end up needing to be funded more. And also the equipment line, the equipment's all the equipment that works on the golf courses and keeps our area beautiful. A lot of the equipment is in poor condition, and I think we need to keep that number at $30,000 or higher, because we are going to need to replace these pieces of equipment at some point or another. We're going to need them to keep everything the way it is. So the total figure that we received for restricted funds, that's budgeted for restricted funds for 2022 was $270,000. It's still a little early to make a projection, but I do believe we're going to need more than $270,000 for next year. Another thing is, if you look at that schedule, I have special assessments. I have the ponds in there, $25,000. The money for the ponds, the $25,000, was taken out of the outside infrastructure and put into the special assessment fund. We're also going to be having, well, that's another reason outside infrastructure is going to probably need quite a bit more money. And then we have the May 1st assessment, which is for the ponds, and that's going to be $175,000, so that's going to be added to the special assessment line. I don't have a figure for that yet, because it's still in process coming in, and all I had was the bank statements up to 2/28/22, because that's what was closed to date, and I wanted to use the most accurate figures. And on the bottom, I did a little reconciliation. I was off 3 pennies, but I got it back to, if you go back to if you go to the second page, it shows you the total fund balances for the reserve account.
Yeah.
It shows you that these figures are pretty accurate. So, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Sabrina.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Excellent job, Sabrina. Great job.
Thank you, Sabrina. Let me see, we got planning, Lorraine Daniil. The only thing we've got there is we got one
Carol.
member that.
Yes, Carol Flutterback is the one that's going to be on.
Any updates or no?
Pardon?
Any updates?
That's the only update.
Okay, that's it. Okay, interview Diane McIntyre.
There's no changes, it's going to
Okay.
stay the same.
One of the things on there, they had some other people on there, Diane, it was originally, okay, I mean, because you're supposed to have 9 members on there. It's Claire Ferretti, Stephanie DiAugustino, Miriam McCosey, Phyllis Dollar, obviously, she's not on there. Are you still on there, Gene? On the interview, on the interview committee?
No.
No, okay. We can update that afterwards, but Claire's not on there either, is she?
No.
Okay. I think Stephanie, and is Marion going to still be on that, Bob?
You'd ask her.
Marion?
You still on
No.
the interview committee?
You still want to be on the interview committee, Marion? Yes. Okay. Okay, so we just have to grab some extra people. That's not a big deal right now, but, okay. Let me see, we got resolutions and documents, personnel policy, Diane?
Okay, I would like to talk a little bit about the resolution. It's 2015-08.
We're coming to, that's number 6 on our agenda.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, so we'll get to
Then
that.
I will talk about,
Okay.
because God forbid I don't talk about something, huh? Okay.
Members have to be.
Yeah, just the members. We got, everything is going to stay the same. We got John McGee, Brenda Bendy, Carol Grube, and Stephanie DiAugustino on there, right?
Again, I'm going to make a recommendation. Do you want to talk about it now or at the,
Okay, but for
Members.
now, that's,
for now, right now? Yeah.
okay. Okay. Mixed golf,
Okay.
Diane.
Yep. Okay, there was a mixed golf meeting, and there's a couple things to talk about or update you on. The CGL, which is a competitive golf league, which consists of both men and women, last year was a project, a pilot project for using the golf course early in the morning. I have all the statistics. What we would like to do is no longer make it a pilot project, but make it a regular league. That's the recommendation from the Mixed Golf League. Also, according to Mixed Golf and Chris, there's not been one complaint about the time frame that is being used. Again, it's a mixed league, so I like to think that we would make it official.
What we're saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, what we're saying is the competitive golf league, we're saying we want to make that at a permanent thing.
A permanent league.
Okay. I have my opinion is this, is on Sunday morning, I'm the golf starter there, and they do an excellent job. There's no question about that. They have a lot of different names in there, and they're doing a great job on that. However, in my opinion, if we start sending a precedent-setting case where people are going to form their own leagues, nobody will be able to play. Somebody asked me about an uncompetitive league. They want to start an uncompetitive league, and then somebody might want to sign a Sunday night league. Somebody might want to start a Monday night league, and it goes on and on and on and on. And believe me, the competitive golf they're doing a great job on that, and I would suggest that we keep it at a temporary basis until further discussion down the line, because I can foresee a problem with everybody want a different league and nobody will be able to play golf anymore. You can't go up and sign up. And I know I hear repercussions of people coming to me, how come they can't play? And I explain to them that the competitive league they're there from there to there. They do an excellent job by going through the proper procedures. Nobody signs in ahead of time or anything like that. Then when they're done, if they want to sign up again, they do. But like I said again, I don't think it should be a permanent thing at this time.
Well, then, let's make it a yearly review. We'll go year to year.
I would agree with that. Yearly review is fine.
Okay?
I would think, right? Everybody else is.
That's good.
Yeah,
Any other comments about that?
no.
Okay. The other thing the mixed golf would like to do is increase the cost of the guest pass so that you could buy 10 golf pass for $90. So it'd go from $8 to $10. That money actually goes back to Monterey. And they'd also like to increase the cart rental from up to $10. and again, offer the opportunity for 9 rides for, or 10 rides for $90. That money actually goes to mixed golf, and it's targeted for the cart repair and maintenance.
If I may, I'd like to say something on that. The increase of the guest pass would go from $8 to $10. That's up $2, right?
Yes.
And the cart rental goes from what, 5 to 10?
5 to 10, yeah, 5 to 10.
Seems to me most of the people that use the carts are residents, handicapped residents who've been here for years. I don't mind an increase, but I'm not looking to double the cost on it. It's a thought, just my opinion, but I'm okay with the guest pass increase, but not so much with the cart rental increase to $10.
Okay, actually, they look closely at who rented the golf carts, and it's a renter who, as you say, has been here a long time. We have more residents buying their own carts.
Yes.
So the usage has gone down considerably. So in order to have money to repair these carts and maintain them, that's the way we need to do it.
Well, they're having less usage on the carts?
Less usage.
Less
Yeah, considerably.
Can we do away with a cart?
No. I mean, then we're forcing people to buy carts.
My fear would be that if we increase it, we're going to end up with more scooters and less usage.
Which would not be a terrible thing.
It's, but we still would be lacking funds for maintaining the golf carts.
Well, if you remember, a couple years ago, the board gave the carts to mixed golf.
I do remember.
Yeah. So in order to be able to maintain at least 2 carts, we need to have some finances coming in unless we take some of, are you listening, Chris? Some of the,
I agree with you, Diane. Batteries are probably somewhere between $800 and $1,000 for one cart, just to replace the batteries, so that's a big expense. I mean, I don't have a problem raising it from 5 to 10. The guest pass fee, I was trying to get that raised 7, 8 years ago, 2 or 3 different times at board meetings, it got shot down, so I don't have a problem with that either. I don't think you can't play putt-putt golf for $8, so.
I think my opinion is that I agree with Gene. I don't think we should raise it from 5 to 10. If you wanted to raise it 5 to 8 or something like that, it's an increase from $5 to $10. That's a big increase. Okay, and I understand the maintenance of the carts, but like we said, is that you have less usage. That means there's going to less maintenance on the cart. So be able to come and then revisit it again. Change it from 5 to 8. At least it's not a big thing. In my opinion, too, to 8 to 10 for the guest passes, 10 passes for $90. I would agree with that.
I know mixed golf has got to pay for this stuff,
Yeah.
so, I mean,
No,
even if there's less usage, the batteries are still gonna wear out, so.
Well, where's the money go for the guest passes?
Guest pass money is used to offset the entire budget.
So those guest passes couldn't go towards the golf carts.
If you want to give it to them, you can.
Oh, no, that's just
You gotta remember, if
yeah.
you're taking
Yeah, I know.
$4,000 in guest passes, you're paying that $4,000 in your
Yeah.
maintenance.
Yeah. But again, I repeat, I would think that 5 to 8 is a more reasonable amount, I think, than 5 to 10. And then if it doesn't work at all,
That's something that could be discussed, Diane,
Yeah.
or?
sure.
How many cart rentals do we use, like, on a month?
The month of March had 52 cart rentals. Out of those 52, 25 of them were Lynn Henry. So Lynn actually did half of the entire usage. They're not used anywhere near like they are used.
Yeah.
And it was, like whoever mentioned, there's more and more people buying their own scooters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get more and more owners.
Is it possible to have a different rate for the owners as well, as opposed, and guests?
No.
No.
The reason why is when you're renting, you have the same rights as an owner. We can't charge the renter more than what you would charge an owner.
Okay.
And you guys can actually vote on this right now if you want to. It's under committee report, so if somebody actually makes a motion to do it, you can change it right now, or accept what you want to accept, including the competitive golf league. If you want to keep it just as a reviewed on a yearly basis, you can vote on that right now.
The only thing on the guest passes, I would, instead of doing $90, why not make it $100 and give them 11 tickets? Nice round number.
Okay,
What is that, Victor? You saying
it's the
what?
same difference.
Instead of doing $90 and one free ticket, do $100 and give them 11 tickets.
It'll definitely make it easier on the office without having to give out change. If somebody comes in with $100, they get 11 tickets. If not, of course, it's just $10 per.
Ron, Carol Futterback, yeah.
Okay, Carol,
Hang on.
hang on a second.
Carol, say your name.
That comes out to the same thing.
People are like, who's doing the talking? So say you.
Carol Flutterbach, Unit 47F. I have a question, Diane. I know there was talk about whether you pay for a cart during league use. Some were, some weren't. What is the rule on that?
I think the rule is that during like a scramble, two people, because they're a couple, could be in the same cart for the same price.
No, but what I was referring to was the men's league and the women's league. There was a discussion that men weren't paying for the carts and the women were on their league day.
I don't know anything about that, but I can check into it.
Everybody's paying. Men's
Okay.
golf is paying for usage.
Okay, because that wasn't the way it was.
They have changed that.
When? Last week?
When you guys talked about it at women's
Oh, okay.
golf,
Okay.
I'm not yelling, I'm just.
No, I got you. No.
They changed that, men have got to pay just like everybody else.
Okay.
If there's two people in a cart, it's only one fee.
Okay.
Okay, that's the one little exception that they gave, and that's also available for scrambles and women's golf.
Okay.
I have a question regarding the two people to a cart. Is that, if two people are in a cart and they pay one fee of $10, using the new fee, is that only for league, or is that at any time?
No, that's only for league and scrambles.
League and scrambles. So if on a Saturday afternoon, somebody goes out and they've got two people in a cart, they've paid $20?
Correct.
Okay. Just for clarification, thank you.
Wally or Diane, you got anything to say on it? No?
I got one other thing. Would it be feasible, I'm just throwing this out, would it be feasible to say, okay, somebody needs a cart, and they say they're gonna need it during the season, off-season, whatever, if to pay like $200 for unlimited use, would that be feasible? Or something like that, where you throw up $200 and you can figure yourself how you're gonna do it? I don't know if that would be feasible to do, or $300, or say if you wanna use the cart for the whole year, it's gonna cost you X amount of dollars, so you don't charge them each individual thing. Maybe
Definitely, you could do that.
how to figure it would be, would it come out to the right price? I don't know. I just,
That would be the hardest thing is figuring out. You might have some people that it'll limit their play even more, perhaps. Or you might have somebody that, let's say you're making only 200, and they're gonna use the cart. Now they're gonna play a lot more often because it's unlimited.
you know, unavailability,
So
though. The
it's
cart's
gonna-
gotta be available, though.
Well, they're available.
It's something to think about. I don't know if that's feasible to do or not.
Right.
Well,
It's just a thought.
wouldn't that be only 40 times to play golf for $200?
Yeah, 200 would be 40 times.
40
Well, if we
times.
give an extra ticket, it'll be a little bit more than that.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about the season, it's January, February, March, and April. That's more than 40 events, or 40 times to rent the
Well,
cart.
for instance, Lynn Henry alone spent $400 on cart fees.
Yeah. Well, that was just-
Lynn alone is 400. Because he plays often.
Yeah.
So he doesn't mind paying the $5 to play.
What is the price if you go off campus and go to?
Okay, so most courses, you pay a cart fee and a golf fee. Because you can walk. Some courses allow you to walk. You don't have to pay for the golf cart. The golf cart. Average is probably about $15 a cart, but that's per person. So if you and I both go to play, they're making $30 on that cart. And this was brought up too, and I don't think it's a good idea, a trail fee. A lot of places, if you live on a golf course and you have your own golf cart, you can use your own golf cart and they give you a reduced rate to use your own cart. That was brought up at mixed golf for the people that have scooters, is charge them a trail fee because they're still riding on the course. That was nixed quickly. Those people went out and bought their own scooters in the first place so they didn't have to pay cart fees.
Well, I know down at, I forgot what it was, I read in the paper yesterday, I think you play 18 holes for $25, that includes the cart.
Yeah.
So there are bargains, especially during the summertime.
Yeah, during the summer, that drops tremendously. And you'll see most of the ads say, includes cart. Because in a lot of places, they show you that the cart fee is above and beyond.
But I'm still sticking, I think we should only charge $8 a.
Yeah, we have, we
Make a
only
motion.
have 9 holes that are, when you pay a cart fee, it's usually for 18 on a course. If they pay 15, we'll be paying 20 at $20, at $10 a round, which is then 18 holes.
Again, you guys can actually make a motion on this if you want to.
Would you like me to take it back to mixed golf and table this to the fall?
Yeah,
I
Okay.
agree with that.
see if they can look into that.
Okay.
Yearly rental, I don't know if that'll work or not.
Three people have anything to say, or we all set?
But I would like to make a motion on the competitive golf league that it continues for another year with a review at the end of the year.
I second.
Oh, me. Kabinski,
Yes.
Ferretti,
That's the
competitive golf league,
competitive golf feat now for the men and women? It's
men and women, yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Brous,
No.
Longo,
Yes.
Makosi,
Yes.
Daniil,
Yes.
McIntyre, yes.
Did you want to do anything with the guest passes, Diane, or?
Well, I'm going to table that till next season. And I think our first meeting is in November, so
Okay.
it's well before the season starts.
Back to that resolution thing, we have to vote on this one, right? The incident, or there's other things, so we get this moving. This is under the report thing. Now, we discussed it. Chris, do you have that, what you can read off, Mr. Secretary, or can you, recording secretary, can you read that, what it said?
So it's going to, on the top, it's going to say incident report. Name, if known. So this is the person that's doing the reporting. So let's say it's against you and I'm doing it. Bob Makosi. Building, unit, date of incident, time of incident. Then it says description of incident. Then on the bottom it says name of person and contact information reporting the incident. The date of reporting, and then underneath there making some kind of a comment that incidents may result in further disciplinary action up to infraction letters and fines. And we decided that it's only going to be a phone call or something like that saying, we received your incident report, we are taking it under guidance or judgment or proceeding, whatever it happens to be, and not really have that paper trail going back to the person.
Anybody out there, the three people, want to say anything on it? No?
It sounds pretty good to me. Seems to cover most of the bases.
Yeah.
I'm okay with voting on it now.
Yeah, okay.
I move that we accept the new form and call it incident form.
I'll second that.
Okay. Kabinski,
Yes.
Ferretti,
Yes.
Brous,
Yes.
Longo,
Yes.
Makosi,
Yes.
Daniil,
Yes.
McIntyre, yes.
Okay, I'm going to move on to golf maintenance. Seeing we have nobody on there at all, I'll let Chris take that over.
The golf maintenance is a committee that was put together. It's like a little subcommittee under mixed golf. And what their job is to do is look for improvements or repairs or things like that, the actual usage of the cart, not the rules, not anything. For example, let's say one of the things we already started doing was making aprons and approaches on all the holes. That was an idea coming from that committee. So that committee is actually Sid, myself, Irk Labadia is the chairman, Jim Kretz, and Randy Leap.
Okay. Hearing this, Bob McCosy, you're all set there, Bob.
Yeah, no, I got a comment.
Okay.
Or I got to read something here. Just a second there. Okay. I'm not going to mention the names or anything like that, but this is results of one of our hearing meetings. Okay. The committee unanimously agreed that the $25 fine will stand and needs to be paid immediately. This is a particular owner that contested her fine. Okay? And this hearing committee met, and this is what they decided. By your own admission, you acknowledged the dog was off the leash and even relayed to the committee that if you had received another notice of violation, recording dog barking, any further incidents will incur a fine of $250, and as I've stated in the previous letter sent on February 10th, 2022, if violation continued, the association does have the right to revoke your pet exemption. So that was from the hearing committee.
Good job.
Thank you, Bob. Landscape, Pam Kabansky.
No changes. Everybody's good on that.
Everything's all set?
Yeah, all set.
No comments or nothing, okay.
No.
Okay, defining, Bob McCosy.
Yeah, okay. It was a good idea about that defining committee reviewing those resolutions. Ron and I, he helped me do this, is there's 228 resolutions, and if you want, I will read every one of them. No. But anyway, there are 228 resolutions in those books back there that I can see. There's probably more. But what I did, and Ron helped me on this one, is we went through all the resolutions. So from all those books back in there, and I have to see, Chris, if we can get a binder or something. These are the only, we dwindled it down to this, okay? What we did, we concentrated on the board committees only. These are all board committees resolutions, okay, that we do have. So that's the wrong one there. This is over here. Here it is here. It's a little thicker, excuse me. Yeah. These are the board resolutions, and annual owner's budget, et cetera. They're listed here. They'll be alphabetical order. They'll be put in a binder in the back there. So you don't have to go flipping through all those other booklets, because if you look back, they have resolutions for everything. I mean, a statement of permission for the canoe, walkway, and they had, like I say, there's 228 of them in there, and it's a lot of them I think should have been under rules and regulations, but that's here and there. But that's what the bottom line will be. It'll be detailed in there. So, Chris, we can just get a binder, and we'll put those resolutions in there. So it's like, that's what it'll look like. All right, Chris? You can get if you give me a binder and ascertain to put them in there. And
And we'll straighten the rest of them out
yeah,
later.
that'll take a year or two.
Yes,
Okay, that was it on that.
okay. Communications, Diane?
Actually, we don't have a meeting until Thursday.
Nothing, okay. No
Yeah.
comments or anything? I mean, obviously, other people are already on there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the same people. There was only an addition of Carla last meeting, and I gave you her name.
Okay. The three people that want to talk, anybody got anything? Nothing? Okay. Somebody want to make a motion to vote on the balance of the people in this? And
I'll make a motion, we
Second.
select all the people mentioned.
I second it.
Okay.
Kabinski,
Yes.
Peretti,
Yes.
Brous,
Yes.
Longo,
yes?
McCosy,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yes.
McIntyre, yes.
Okay. Move on. Ratify the unanimous consent form denying the purchase application. You want to make a motion?
Make a motion, we discuss it. Somebody want to second it?
Second.
All right, it's open for discussion, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a copy
Anything to say on it, or
of
we're good?
No, I think that the people that looked at the application and Chris and the lawyer have certainly made a suggestion that we should follow. That's my comment.
Lorraine?
I have no comment this
Bob?
time.
No?
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
Comment? I don't have any comment. So, you want to vote on it?
Let's see if they
Take a
wanna
roll call?
order something there.
Well, any of the owners want to talk about it? The three people? No? Let's take a roll call, I guess, Diane.
Okay, Kabinski,
Yes. I guess we're voting yes to ratify it.
this,
Yeah.
Yes.
Isolated
Consent
incident.
forms that we signed, yeah.
Yes.
yeah. Okay, Kabinski,
Yes.
Freddie,
Yes.
Rouse,
Yes.
Longo,
Yes.
Makosi,
Yes.
Daniil,
Yes.
McIntyre, yes.
Okay. Installation of the grills, Diane McIntyre.
Well, what can I say? I've done my best. I certainly hear everything that was said and everybody's comments. I'm a little disappointed, but also realistic. My only comment would be, with the existing grills that we have, we should add more rat traps, because when I looked at them, there was only one per grill. And again, based on the number of pictures that we saw from across the street, you live on the water, so that I think there's increased potential for rats over there. So by adding another rat trap, you might decrease the number of visitors you have over there.
This is an emotional support
I
animal.
think the motion is anybody willing to vote for grills? And no one seconding.
Well, I second it so we can officially vote on it.
Officially vote on it.
Okay, Kaminsky.
Well, before that, I'd like to make a comment, just about the grills, briefly. In the beginning, I was sort of in favor of it, but because of numerous reasons, it seems the majority of the community don't want it, and there are an awful lot of reasons, once we started talking about it, that sort of made it not such a good idea at the time, especially with rodents. So I think we've kicked it around quite a while, and had a response from a good part of the community, and I think it's ready for a vote now.
Any of the three people want to talk on that, or? No? Now, this is a motion
I
to
wanna say
vote
something.
against the grills. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, what exactly is the motion Diane made? Is it to install additional grills, to not install grill? What exactly is the motion?
Okay, the motion is to maintain the 2 grills that we have, add no more at this time, and increase the number of rat traps.
What'd you say? What was that?
Increase the number of rat traps. Chris, on the, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Maintain existing grills, not add any additional grills at this time.
No. And add rat traps, additional rat traps. What do we actually use in those rat traps that we catch these rats with?
It's a bait that we buy. It's actual bait.
Just bait?
Yes, it's a little bait
Okay.
box, and it's gonna sound bad. They eat it, it makes them wanna drink water.
Okay.
Drink water and their stomachs explode.
Like decon, okay. Okay. Okay.
So the vote is, if you vote yes, that means there's no more grills in the law, correct, at this time?
No more
The
additional,
issue,
Yes.
no more
yes.
additional grills.
Okay.
the issue is, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to clarify that, so yes, no, yes, no.
Take a roll call, Diane?
Are we ready for roll call?
Or not, yeah.
Okay. Kabinski,
Yes.
Ferretti,
Yes.
Rouse,
Yes.
Longo,
Yes.
Makosi,
Yes.
Daniil,
Yes.
McIntyre. No.
You don't want any traps? You don't want any traps?
I don't care what to do with the traps.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we have, okay, good.
Oh, painting. Okay, where's the contract?
Yeah, it's on the screen here.
Just move it.
That's what I was hoping you'd do.
Sometimes that bottom line goes away. This is an alternative that Kathy and I did several years ago. It's an electric grill. We can use electric grills on our patios because they're not propane or gas or anything. It does a very nice job. Has an electric element, just like in your oven. We did a London broil here last week. Good size, came out perfect. We had steaks, they come out perfect. It runs about $150. This particular grill we got off of QVC, but a lot of different places. Amazon has them, I think Home Depot or Lowe's has them. And it's just a nice alternative to what Diane was after. Everybody can have their own. They don't have to worry about the smell or anything. It makes very little smell. There's not a lot of odor that comes from it. It's not, what's the term? Smokeless, not smokeless. You get a little bit, but very little. Go from your line to the table, quick.
I'd like to say something too, if I may. I've said it before. I am an owner of the Smokeless Grill. It's easy to store. You can slip it right into one of your cabinets. No smoke, very little odor, easy to clean. And I'm not a salesman. I don't get commissions, but it works great. And we've had it for a while, and you could use it for any number of things to grill on it. Easy to get, easy to buy. They sell for a little over $100 in any store. You probably, many stores have them.
I have a comment. There's a difference between a smokeless grill and a little smoke from a grill. So I want to know, did you check with your neighbors below and on either side? Was the smell of the London broil, probably was wonderful smell, but was it, are we not opening another Pandora's box?
There was virtually no smell at all.
Well, okay, I guess we should test that out, you know, because, again, that was one of the major complaints, that people didn't want to smell. So now when you put it in a lanai, that's even a close space versus an open air spot. And I'm not really trying to be difficult, I'm just trying to be fair to the community.
Well, the only thing I can say is I've had the grill 5-6 years, and nobody's ever said anything about it.
Okay, and you leave it out all the time, is that the issue?
Yes,
Okay,
stays on the lanai all the time.
okay. Guess I'm going shopping.
One of my biggest things was because of the rats, spreading the rats throughout the property. That was the biggest thing with me. I mean, the smoke, I mean, that's up to the people that's in between the buildings, but. Anybody else got anything to say, or no? No. Okay, let's move on to painting the Palm City wall, the walls, I mean, the Palm City wall, and, let me see, we have Osmond and Murillo. For the west wall, it was $16,200. The south wall was $5,400. That's the south wall down by the shopping complex. Those are the two walls that we're going to do right now. It's $21,600. Valquez and Son came in for the same two walls at $21,550, and Sealtek came in at $18,000 for the two walls. Now, on the west wall over here, we're doing both sides. On that south wall down by the shopping center, we're only doing the one side, that's the inside of the wall. Do you have anything to say?
This is money from reserves, Ron?
The money's from the reserves. We're a little short, Chris, on that.
Yeah, we actually have 16,500 in there, but it's coming in at 18. It's a little bit over, but the painting is the painting is what they call a pooled account. So all the money in there can be used for any item in the painting reserve. So yes, there is money available in the reserves.
Now, one of the suggestions that I wanted to make is possibly paint this wall, the walls the same color as the guard shack in this building here, because it's the lightest color.
Not a bad idea.
I agree with that.
That would be fine, as long as it's any color that we already have. That wouldn't be changing the color. You guys can, if that's the color you want, you can add that to the motion to paint it the same color as the shack. Absolutely fine.
I agree, I think it should be.
Chris and Ron also, you know, now that we're painting the walls, I'd like to see some more shrubbery along the Palm City road here. along the wall on the outside. Doesn't necessarily have to be on the inside. But we started doing some work along there a few years back, and it really increased the look of it. And I think if we could get, if we have any money to spend on some shrubbery and stuff, it certainly would do a lot to enhance the entrance and the outside look of the community.
Ron, I have on this thing here, I thought we were going to paint the west and east walls plus the south wall.
No. East wall is another 16,000, well.
Yeah, I thought we were going for the total price,
We're just doing the two walls.
but that's it?
The west wall and the south wall. Both sides of the west wall and one side of the south wall, which is the inside by the shop.
Yeah, I come up with 30,000, 31,000, and 37,000
Yeah.
for total.
I got 31.5, 37, and
37,
basically
yeah.
37, yeah.
So it's
That's
about,
that's total.
the
for all
total,
walls,
yeah, all the walls
But
on
we're only
that.
going to do the two walls, that's it. That's all we have the money for right now.
I have some questions.
Go ahead.
Have we used any of these contractors before?
Sealtek, that's the company that painted all the buildings, 9 years ago?
Okay.
He's done touch-up paintings, he's done sealing of the brick. We've used him on numerous occasions.
Okay.
Would you recommend them?
Definitely, good company.
And I think they're the cheapest of the three, from what I can see.
I mean, he's done a good job in the complex so far, so.
Do we get, he says the masonry cracks are going to be filled. Is that going to be as described with the tooling out and for the cracks? That would be like the,
They'll fill in all the cracks, they'll seal everything.
but it's going to be
Power
tooled,
wash.
they'll be tooled out and
Yes.
so that it's, okay. And is there a guarantee on the thickness of the paint? I'm asking this question because we've experienced this at another condo community that we experienced up north. The thickness of the paint was not, it was just like a whitewash kind of coat.
They're putting 2 coats on here. I know that. Am I right, Chris, on that?
It'll actually be a coat first of masonry sealer.
Sealer, right.
And then 2
Then
coats
2
of paint.
coats.
2 coats
Yeah.
of, okay.
But because they're sprayed, I know that it can be a thinner, it can be thinned, but I just want to make sure that we get the quality that we need.
Okay.
We're only going to do the east wall and the west wall, not the south wall.
The west wall,
no,
west
no.
wall and south wall.
Let's do it this way. You're doing Palm City Wall and the Shopping Plaza Wall. Is that easier?
No, I have east wall, west wall, and south wall.
Okay, the west wall is Canner Highway. We are not doing Canner Highway. You're not voting on Canner Highway right
Okay.
now. We don't have the money to do it all, and we had brought up that the
Gotcha.
county is going to be doing a lot of work on Canner Highway probably this year,
Gotcha.
so we don't want to paint it until that's all done anyway.
So we're going with the east wall and the south wall.
West wall and south
I didn't have my compass with me, I couldn't figure that out. Okay.
Palm
West,
City Road.
the west wall.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. Palm City Road
That's all right.
and the shopping plaza.
Yeah.
Somebody want to make a motion on it? Or
There-
anybody want to talk about it out there?
No, I got another question. Is there, on the Sealtek quote that we're looking at, I'm not seeing a payment. What is he looking for? Is it down payment versus, and do we hold a 10% at the end to make sure that it's to our quality?
Okay, so on his, it said they deposited 50% will be needed to commence, and I always hold money at the end.
50% on Sealtek?
Yeah, I think that's Sealtex, isn't it?
I saw.
Oh, no, that's Osmond. That's Osmond's.
Osmond. I see
No.
nothing on,
Then
Sealtek.
Then John didn't ask for any.
okay, and we always hold 10%. I mean, I can see going up to like a 50%, halfway of the painting process, if that's what he, if that's what he
Yeah,
wants. But I can't see going anything more.
He didn't ask for one.
Okay. Probably because he's done work with us before. Whatever.
He knows we pay.
Okay. And one other question is, the date on this quote is the 18th of March. Is this still a good quote? do you
Yes.
think? Okay. End of questions?
Okay, shall we vote on it?
Any of the other 3 people out there want to talk about it? No? Okay. Yeah, let's make a motion
I make a
to
motion to,
accept.
Oh, I'm sorry. I make a motion to accept the quote from Sealtek?
I'll
Second.
Kabinski,
Yes.
Peretti,
Yes.
Brous,
Yes.
Longo,
Yes.
Makosi,
Yes.
Daniil,
Yes.
McIntyre, yes.
Okay. Tops update. Who has, Victor?
The TOPS is the system that is used by our bookkeeper. It's a quite old system right at the moment, and it's very limited what we can do and what we can't do. We're talking on upgrading it to a system that is more user-friendly. It has support from the TOPS company, which we don't have now. If we have any problems with it, we have to call our accountant in. That's $135 an hour. With this new system, we will get so much support from TOPS themselves. The system it can be used by different users other than just our bookkeeper. And we would limit to who can get into the system. So what I would like to do is make a motion that we go ahead and purchase the upgraded system. The upgraded system.
Talking to Mike.
I don't have the cost right in front of me.
The cost for the new system is, there's a one-time fee of $1,000, which gives us the program, the import of the material we already have on there, 6 hours and 6 hours worth of training. Then it goes to a $1 per month door charge, or $510 per month to use the system. But again, it's unlimited everything, unlimited upgrades, unlimited support, unlimited everything. So the initial outlay, I believe, is $1,000, and then it'll be $6,000 a year to use it. We had already put $4,500 in this year's budget to buy a whole new system, so $4,500 of that $6,000 is already in the budget for next year. We only have to increase the budget by $1,500.
For next year.
Is that what we paid last year, 4,500?
No, we pay nothing right now. We bought this system 15 years ago, and it's a file-based system, which means it's actually loaded on the computer. There's no support, there's no upgrades, there's no nothing.
No backup.
This is a cloud-based system, so if the system would go down here, all the information is still up in the cloud. It can be, recouped to the system we have in-house.
Need a second on that?
Yeah, I'll second it. We've been having a lot of issues with TOPS recently, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we have been having a lot of issues, and our system is 15 years old. Technology has come a long way since then. I think it's time that we update our accounting system.
It's definitely old. Chris, what's the plan on computer? I mean,
Okay,
I
so
know that's old too.
We're going to actually buy a new hard drive. That's all we need for it is a new hard drive, and being that it's cloud-based, it doesn't have to have super memory and all that kind of stuff. 16 gigs is going to be more than enough.
Okay.
They will actually import all the information from the one computer to the other, so she does not have to do any kind of data entry, like all your names, your addresses, all that stuff will go right from the existing computer. 2 years worth will go on to the new one. We're going to keep the old top system, so that it will keep that hard drive. It'll always be on there, just in case we need to go back 7 years or 5 years or whatever. We can still go back and retrieve that information.
Any of the three owners want to talk about it? No? Let's take a vote.
Oh, I thought I saw a hand over there, so. Oh, sorry. Okay. Kabinski.
Yes.
Peretti.
Yes.
Brous.
Yes.
Longo.
Yes.
Makosi.
Yes.
Daniil.
Yes.
McIntyre, yes.
Okay, number 6, rescind the amendment resolution 2015-8, resolution documents. Diane.
Okay, I'm asking for the opportunity to rescind this resolution, which is the resolution for the number of members that can be on the committee. Presently, it's 6 members and 1 alternative. I would like to increase that to 9 members and 1 alternate. This resolution was initially done 7 years ago, and I think in the past 7 years, we've had, probably a fair amount of the same people on the committee, and I would like to just increase it so that we get some broader outlook at everything as we continue to grow.
Discussion.
Nobody seconded it.
I'm sorry, somebody want to second that?
I'll second that.
Okay. Discussion. We'll just start with Pam. Go ahead.
I'm not quite sure I agree with this increasing, but I can see the point. My concern is if we increase this, you would have more, obviously we'll have more opinions and more input, but you also then have more discussion and more back and forth. So I'm not so sure I'm in favor of this.
Gene?
Yeah, pretty much I agree with Pam. The committee seemed to work well. Addition of a couple of members is not going to make a big difference. Could, so I don't object to it. I'll just say that.
Vic?
Don't object to what?
I'm going along the lines of Pam's comment. Just increasing the number of people on the committee is not going to make it operate any better or worse or whatever. I think we just leave it alone.
Go ahead, Bob.
Well, I think that the members that are on there now is sufficient, and the meetings are open to anybody, so if anybody thinks of any rule or regulation that they want to add or subtract from the system, attend the meeting and it would be taken into consideration to the members on board already. So in my opinion, I don't think we need any more members to have it more cumbersome than it already is. And I think we should just stick with the resolutions the way it is. And that's the reason why. And again, if anybody has an opinion on what they want to change a rule or whatever, maybe they can use that incident report and send it to the Rules and Regulations Committee or attend the meeting, one of the two.
Lorraine?
Yeah, what do we have 7 members? Current? 6 members
Total,
currently?
yeah. 7 total, yeah.
7 total. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought I read. Yeah, 7 total. I think 7 on a committee is enough at the present time. I don't think we need more people having input. As Victor said, I think we should stick to the 7.
Okay, I'd like to make a couple comments. One, I think it's great to have conversation and have people voice their opinions and have new ideas. That's why I wanted to increase this. 2, it's very difficult to continue to look at the same rules and regulations when you've been on the committee for a number of years. So a set of new eyes and fresh ideas is why I presented this.
No,
Not to be argumentative, but what prevents an owner to come to the meeting and suggest a rule change or something like that? Because everybody here has the rules and regulations booklet, and they can review it, and if they have a comment or concern, or they want to add something, subtract something, they can submit it and attend the meeting and say, this is why I think we should do this, and take it into consideration. You don't have to have another member to do that. And it's ultimately up to the board to make the change anyway. So it's really fruitless to just get more ideas, and like I say, you get the ideas from anybody at any time at the meeting. So that's my concern.
I was just going to say the same thing, Bob. Anybody else on the board got anything to say? Good. Wally? I'm sorry. Hang on a minute. Don't talk yet.
It's my understanding that each and every year, the committee reports to the board and states that the members that are on their individual committee. Isn't it possible, if you have 7 people on the existing committee and you have 3 people that want to get on it, can't they go to that committee and vote those people in or off, but can only be 7 people? Why is it automatic that if I want to be on a committee every year, I just say, yeah, I'm on it? If somebody wants to challenge me to be on that committee, they should be able to go to that committee and have the committee vote on who they want to be on that committee.
I think it'd be very cumbersome on that, Wally, and because every committee we have, like, well, no, I'm not going to say the 228 things like that. The 13 committees you have on there, it would be too cumbersome, I think, to try to get to do that. I can understand what you're saying, is that I don't think that would work, okay? And I think the past board passed the thing that what they would do if there was an opening, they would post it on Channel 63. So if there is an opening on Channel 63, that's the way, in my opinion, it should be.
So basically what you're saying is, once you're on the committee, you're on it for as long as you want to be on it.
Unless the board says something different, like in some of the resolutions say that you're only use a 2-year term, a 3-year term, or whatever. And like I said, it doesn't matter if you're on this particular committee or not, because you still have a voice at that meeting, okay? You still have a voice on that meeting, what you want to change, what you want to add. It's just a formality that you have the 7 people that will discuss it with whoever it may be and say, hey, that's a good idea or bad idea, whatever. You still have the opportunity, even though you're not technically on that particular committee. Some committees do, I think the finance or budget or whatever, they might have certain term things because it's a monetary situation on that. But like I said, again, I repeat myself over again, is that you don't have to be on the committee to voice your opinion on it. I mean, it's great. And if the committee doesn't decide on that, you feel really concerned about that thing, you can bring it to the board for consideration, and they can accept that one.
I'd like to say, I sort of agree with Wally there. Sometimes it limits if we get someone new to the community who has a lot of experience along a special line, but can't get on the committee to make contributions because the committee is full. Maybe we should, after every year or every 2 years, it should be up to the community if they want to add new members or something. But it's hard to tell someone your services are not needed anymore on this committee. And no one wants to be after someone served a couple of years, but it is something to think about, that once the committee is full, it's sort of closed.
If we do that, Gene, we're going to have to go through 13 committees every year, plus the 14 ones that are on more committees. It's going to be a nightmare, I would think.
Yes.
I mean, if you're on a committee, the majority of people want to vote you off that committee because you're not performing your duties. That could be a possibility. You know, if you have 7 members and 6 people say, hey, you're not performing your duties, we don't need you anymore, and then there'd be an opening. I would think it would create a nightmare. I can understand what you're saying, but there's 13 committees here. Peggy, you have 15 committees. Every one you're going to have to go through every year. Post it on Channel 63, take the applications in, and go right down to 9 yards. I think that's very cumbersome. And if people want to volunteer for a committee, there's other openings on other committees that they can get on. And like I said again, any person can go to any meeting that's owners can go to, and they can express their opinion on anything. So I think that would serve the purpose on that.
See, and I tend to disagree with you, Bob, which probably isn't anything new.
I agreed with you before on something.
I know. So, that's just the bottom line.
That's fine.
You say it and I say it, so that's what makes the board work.
That's
okay? Okay. We've had 90 new residents in a year and a half. 90 new residents that really take a year or two to get comfortable before they're going to come up and say anything. And we see less and less people at meetings because we've been so computerized that now they can sit in their own home. So I see it important to increase the number of residents that have an opportunity. Now, maybe you want to put a term limit on it, that's fine. But to have the same people year after year after year continue to look at the same rules year after year after year, it becomes very difficult to not say, well, we did this last year, it's still okay. We need to open our minds. And the only way to do that is maybe take those 13 committees and yearly post those opportunities for people. It's the only way we're going to get new people in to give ideas and to be officers for the board. We're not all going to be here forever. Thank heavens.
At the Moore meetings, I know the last one I attended, and they asked how many new owners were there. I don't think there was any. How many new owners are here, like, say, in the last 6 months? Nobody?
How about the
One?
last year?
Okay, thank you.
One? Okay. 3.
How long?
He said 6 months, Paul. 6 months.
Oh, wait a minute, you have 5 months, 8 days? No, that's not, it's gonna be 6 months. But like I say, I don't know, be repetitive over and over again, but I keep saying is that anybody can attend to any meetings and express their opinion.
That's the key to everything. You can attend any meeting you want to attend to. Put your input in there. Usually they'll listen to you.
We could always sort of make our committee similar to the board, where rotate the members. After 2 years, up for
A term limit, yeah.
reevaluation or something like that by the members of the board. This way, we could get in some new new heads and ideas and opinions and things like that. Although it's good to have people on the board for years too. Their experience comes to bat many times. So it's something we have to think about.
Go ahead, Well. Hang on a second. We're making Peggy walk or run.
Get their steps in.
They go one from the other side.
As an owner, I would like to request from the board to consider term limits for committee people. This way you can get some turnover for new people that come on to Monterey and get new ideas. I'm against adding to the committees, but I certainly would like to see term limits.
I agree.
I think that's a good idea.
Like I said, again, you want to go through 26 resolutions, the resolutions and all the more committees and everything, that's fine, if you want to do all that.
Yeah,
You
but
get
we
the-
wouldn't do that, Bob. The committees themselves would handle it.
You're
You
gonna.
got to come through the 2 or 3 year term or whatever. You have to go through every one of these and change every one of them. If that's what they want.
The
and-
committee could do that. The committee on their own would come up with, the 2 and 3 year terms.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that if somebody that's very good on a committee and you're going to vote them off or something, I don't quite agree
No,
with
they could
that.
just run again.
That's all right.
Go ahead, Well.
Every year after the election, doesn't the board go through committee by committee and ask the committee chairperson to present the members of that committee? You're doing that already.
Yeah, we're just doing it now.
You're doing that,
March.
you're doing that, you
that's
do
what
it every year, right?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
we're
we
doing
do,
now.
yeah.
Okay, so if you put in term limits, it would be up to the individual committee to bring somebody on and recommend it to the board.
But the thing, like I'm saying, is if you do it for one, you're going to have to do it from all. You're going to
And
have
your-
to
and
do
your
all
point-
term limits.
So what?
Yeah, that's a good job. What are we going to
They
do?
want to do that. Load it up on 63 every year and do what we got to do. I don't know. I don't
Going-
think we have the room in there, but.
Going back to the original resolution here that Diane's proposing to rescind, unless I'm reading this wrong, says consisting up of 6 members and 1 alternate as required, shall be formed by April 1st each year to serve until March the 31st of the following year. There's automatically,
Yeah, a term
it
limit.
leaves the gate open to have new members next year.
So are you saying, Victor, that it would be a 1-year term?
That's how the resolution reads right now.
So every year, we would look at the committee.
For this particular committee.
Yeah, for this particular committee.
Yes.
And I think there are some in here that have a two-year term that's
There's a
already
few
in there.
Back and forth.
I don't think a year is long enough. It should be at least 2 years.
I agree, Jean. I've done it for 2 years, and I'm now just learning so much because in reality, I needed to apologize, which I've done, to everybody who was on this committee for the prior 2 years because I was never made aware that they were members. So in addition, I went out and got people who I felt were a representative of the community.
But going back to the resolution, this resolution has been in existence for 7 years.
Right.
And up until now, I've never heard of a problem.
It's really not a problem, Vic. It's just trying to expand, our system and make it better. If we get, I think the idea, just simply the idea of changing, new people, 1 or 2 new people each year or every 2 years, getting new heads in there, new ideas, new things, and a lot of people, when they come on at first, they're all full of energy and want to help and ready to dig in. And a perfect example is Sabrina, our new finance committee chairman.
Like I say, it's a good idea, but I don't think adding 2 members to this committee is going to do that. If you want to start next year by saying terms, limited terms on everything, that's okay, I would think, if you want to pursue that. But right now, if you had 2 members, 3 members, add 8 more members or whatever, it's immaterial.
Yeah, you make a good point, Bob. We could just handle the issue by making it term limits, and then you'd have new people on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to change all the resolutions.
Yeah, but I mean, it should be kept like right now. It should be like it is, in my opinion. Because if you you're adding people. If you want to add a term limit on these, that's a different issue. But you can't change the thing saying you want to add members all of a sudden because somebody wants somebody on the board or whatever it may be. That's immaterial. If you want to start next year, or start saying, okay, look, or make general statements, so you don't have to go through all these resolutions and board all these committees. Just say all committees will be subject to 1-year, 2-year terms, and that's it. So you're on 2 years, but you can still get self-nominated, or you can, and then you vote on that. If you want to do that down the line, that's the same. But I strongly disagree with changing this thing today to add 2 members onto a committee that's been in existence. Down the line, you want to do the term limit? That's not a bad idea.
It's already in there, term limit of 1 year. I don't think, I agree with Jean, I don't think 1 year is long enough.
No.
They can change that to a 2-year term, and then have certain members here, and then so they don't, so every
They
year you don't
rotate.
have to.
They rotate.
They rotate,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for the word. That's what I think should be done. It's already in the resolution. All we can, and we certainly can change it to a 2-year term. Just change that wording, April 1st to March 31st, or April 1st of each year for a 2-year term, something like that. And then they can post on 63, we have 4 eligible candidates. Interested, please apply, something like that. What do you think?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a good idea to have term limits, absolutely. I think it's probably not a good idea for everybody to go off at the same time, because then you don't have any history, so we can talk about it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe we could do a term limit for 2 on and 2 off.
Yeah.
2 new, 2 off.
Yeah.
Right.
Similar, yeah. You can have a 3-year term, a 2-year term, yeah.
Is this something we could further
sounds-
discuss at Friday's meeting?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Is this something we could further discuss at Friday's meeting
Yeah, I think so.
regarding term
I mean,
limits?
We're going on here for no reason. I mean, it's not something we're going to do right now anyway.
Okay, we'll postpone it till
Carol.
Friday.
Carol?
Okay, to be discussed.
Carol Flutterbach, I can see both sides of what's being said. I agree with Diane, there are a lot of new people coming in, but I also think it takes a couple of years so you get to know the community before you can jump on a committee and make some good decisions. And my other thought is, we're at a board meeting here where everyone can speak, and all they have to do is put in a note and ask to speak on any agenda items, and 3 people had put a note in. I mean, if you want to participate, there are a lot of different ways to participate, and people don't take that opportunity to begin with.
Oh, you're right, Carol.
So I don't know that changing the resolution is necessarily going to make a big difference.
Okay,
Am
let's,
I able to make a motion to table this until another time?
The committee's already set. I don't think we should do that because it's already set. If you want to go forward and change something, that's fine. But a resolution is, it says here, as of March 31st, that whatever, the people are already voted, they're already voted, we just voted them all in at the last 15 minutes ago. We already voted them in. Now you can't change
this
that
was
if
to
you do
rescind,
that.
this was to rescind the resolution. So we either want to rescind it or we don't want to rescind it
At this time.
at this time.
Yeah, this motion was actually to rescind it and to increase it to 9 people and
Correct.
1 alternative.
Correct. That's what
That was the motion that was just made.
Correct.
So you guys can vote on that. You can vote, I'd vote to table that one. But if a board member wants to make another motion right now regarding this resolution and change what it says, that's on the agenda.
Then I'd like to make a motion to put time limit or term limits in this resolution, and to have it as a two-year term limit with rotating members on and off. So if you're on 2, we're going to have a difficult time the very first year doing this, but after that, it should be not a problem as you rotate people.
And if there's no applicants for a particular committee,
Yeah.
Well, they can
the
reapply.
existing member can stay on the committee.
Right.
Exist, all right? I'll second that.
Okay, what are we voting on? The original motion is to add 2 members to this committee.
I changed that.
Okay.
I just changed that, Bob.
Can you just repeat it, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
No, go ahead. Or let Chris repeat, he wrote it down.
okay. The amendment would be that we would add 2-year terms, and the members would rotate. And as I said, the first year would be difficult because we'd have to figure out who's going to rotate off and who will be on. But after that first year, it should not be an issue.
And we can discuss that Friday, right?
Well, no, we're going to vote on it now.
Yeah, we're voting on that, but we're not adding 2 new members at
We're
this
not-
time.
no.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead.
We're not going to rescind the resolution,
I know you were,
okay? Is that one of the things? Because we're here to rescind
I know
the
you want to be
resolution.
on
Or
it.
is that what, we're here to rescind a resolution, am I right, Chris? Okay.
Rescind and amend
Okay.
Resolution 20158.
Okay. So we're gonna make an amendment to it.
You're going to amend it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's take a vote on it.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Can you add, Friday you have a meeting, figure out how you're going to do the term limits?
Yes.
If that
Yeah.
can be done?
Right.
Okay.
Are we ready to vote?
Yep.
Oh, well, I didn't hear a second, that's all.
I'll second.
Ferretti already seconded
Oh,
it.
thank you,
I already
thank
got
you,
it.
Jean, thank you. Kabinski,
Yes.
Ferretti,
Yes.
Brous.
No.
Okay, Longo,
No.
Makosi,
No.
Daniil,
Yes.
McIntyre, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Rouse, closing of the yacht club for 2 weeks for second time around sale.
Okay. Last year, we did not have the second time around sale due to the COVID epidemic. Second time around sale, some people don't like it, some people do like it. The thing is, it's a way for the owners here to clean out their apartments, get rid of things that they don't use anymore. If it's not sellable, we don't want it. But the sales have consistently made about $6,000 a year that the House Committee has used to do small projects around the, in the clubhouse and the yacht club. Good example is the library. We put a lot of money into that 2 years ago and can see the outcome. What I would like to propose is that we have the second time around sale again next year, and be moved over to the yacht club because we don't have the facilities in this building to do it anymore. We close down the yacht club for a 2-week period. There won't be any usage other than the second time around sale. And it's just for a 1-year trial over at the yacht club. We don't know if it's going to work or not. We hope it does. There will be most likely a traffic issue. We've already discussed how to handle that. But I make a motion that we close the yacht club for 2 weeks. The last Saturday, the sale will be the last Saturday in January, and be 2 weeks prior to that we close it until the day after the sale. And it's already on the calendar.
Need a second?
Second?
Okay, yeah, I have a discussion. You know, I agree that we need to have the sale, and I think it's a good move to move it across the street. I would just like to be able to think that we could offer the people who normally use that yacht club every week the opportunity to come over here and use the clubhouse.
Oh, definitely.
So,
Lorraine?
I have no objection.
Bob?
I agree with Diane on that.
oh my gosh.
I agree with you, Diane. Yeah. Vic, you're all set?
I'm all set.
Gene?
I'm not crazy about the second time around sale. It's a lot of work, a lot of effort. Sure, we make about $6,000, but who's to say that we'll be out of the pandemic by then? You know, there's still issues around. I don't want a lot of new people coming into our community, but it's something we can deal with if you want to make the few dollars involved with the second time around sale.
I'm sure if the pandemic is still around, that we would cancel the sale and not have it.
Okay?
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Vote.
Take a vote?
Okay. Kabinski,
Yes.
Peretti,
Yes.
Brous,
Yes.
Longo,
Yes.
Makosi.
Yes.
Yes.
And McIntyre, yes.
Again, I'm sorry on this, but nobody had any comments on that, did they? Okay.
No.
Okay, keeping the pool table, Browse.
Okay, at last year's, I think it was the April board meeting, we decided to do a trial, if you want to call it a trial run, of the pool table being moved down to the lower level of the of the clubhouse, and just see what kind of usage it would get. Over the last 12 months, I put a sheet up for sign up when you used it. It's been used approximately 300 times that I know of, barring people not signing up, over that 12-month period. It was even used a decent amount considering there weren't many people here during the summer last year. Based on that, I would like to make a motion that we make the pool table a permanent fixture in the, I guess we call it the activity room now, and that it's here for all residents to use.
Second?
Okay. Kabinski,
Yes.
Peretti,
What?
Brous.
Discussion?
Go ahead,
I'm sorry,
Diane.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Diane.
Was there a second?
Yeah, I second it.
Well, I'd like to say something. We had a few ideas that we wanted to put through last year using the activity room. it doesn't seem to get approved, and there is some usage down at the bulletin using the billiard table. So I'm okay with it, but I'll say this, it's a little, the numbers, I just went down there last week or so to check the numbers. There were about 25 names on there, but there were only 5 different players for those 25. But it is being used, and so I would go along with it.
Pam, you got anything to say about it?
No.
No.
I think it's there, keep it.
Lorraine,
No,
Bob?
no.
Okay, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Let's take a,
vote.
anybody got comments on it out there?
Take a vote.
Okay.
Okay, Kabinski,
Yes.
Ferretti,
Yes.
Brous,
Yes.
Longo,
Yes.
Makosi.
Yes.
Dania,
Yes.
McIntyre, yes.
Okay. Approval of the Mora calendar? Do you have anything to say about it, or?
I move that we approve the Mora calendar.
Second.
Okay, Kabinski.
Now, we got a discussion on it, right?
Sorry.
My only comment is, why does this keep coming before the board every year for approval?
It's been for years. I don't know why I tried.
No, I can answer that. I know it's just, basically it's what it is, it's a formality and a check and balance thing. Is that you tried doing this calendar, I know I did a few years back, and Peggy can attest to this, I'm sure. It's very difficult to try to figure all these dates out and everything else like that. And I know I looked at it, and I think a couple other directors probably went through every date. We found some very minor stuff, and it's just basically a formality on doing that, because I checked every date, and I talked to Peggy on it, and like I said again, it's very difficult to do this thing, and to get the date straight and everything else on it, and we made some minor sums, and that's the only reason why. We're not really contesting any dates as long as there's no conflict.
It might have been something like Saturday was the 28th, and it was the 29th was marked on there. It was minor things.
It's just an extra set of eyes.
Just an extra set of eyes is all it is.
Got it.
And also changes can be made on here, flexible
yeah.
as far as the schedule.
I have a question. In the past, whenever someone made a change to the calendar, it came before the board. I would like to discontinue that practice. I don't think the board should be involved in any changes in the calendar if the date is open. If they want to change a date to a new date, that new date is available, I don't think all those changes should come to the board.
I agree with you.
Actually accepting the calendar when it is drawn and presented to the board, I agree. We should review it, and that should be the end of it. Everything else will be up to Grace to make sure that the days are available for any changes.
Makes sense.
Just to add to that, I think any changes to be made should go through Mora, just make sure there's no conflict in it. I agree, the board shouldn't have to do any changes on that. But in order to keep the continuity, if they check with Mora, just make sure there's no date change or whatever, or they can make the changes, and just tell the office there. Same thing.
I still think it's only a second set of eyes that we're looking for, not a whole board approval.
Right.
So
You're right, Deb.
why don't we just identify a second set of eyes that doesn't include the board?
Well, it's up to me to the board. If there's any mistakes here or anything like that, the board is the one that's going to be ultimately responsible for it.
So ultimately,
I don't see a problem with the board. You don't think the board should review this?
I don't see a need. I think it's just a second set of eyes to see if the dates are appropriate. We've never challenged any of the events or any of Moore's, programs. So let's just find a second set of eyes, and we're already here almost 2 hours.
Yeah, but this took 5 minutes.
Oh.
2 minutes to do. I mean, it
Took me a whole lot longer than 5 minutes, and I'm on the Social Activities Committee, so.
Well, anyway.
The board could still get a copy of it and look at it. I mean, you don't really need to approve it. I agree with you, Diane.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
I think Peggy should be taken care of. She does a good job with it.
That's right.
Yeah, so what are we voting on?
Any owners want to talk?
No.
Okay, let's vote on it.
What are we voting?
That we
Approve
accept
the
it.
calendar. I guess somebody made a motion. It
Oh.
was second, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion, we approve the calendar.
already done.
It's already done, that's already done.
I did it.
Neil moved, we approved more activities
Yeah.
calendar, second by McCosy.
Okay.
Okay, let's vote.
So even after the comments, we can't make a change here?
Well, you can accept this one,
Yeah.
and then if you want to change it that the board no longer does it, you can make another motion.
Okay.
Okay.
So do we vote first and then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes, vote first.
This has got to be the most confusing thing in the world. Kabinski.
Yes.
Ferretti.
Yes.
Brous.
Yes.
Longo.
Yes.
McCosy.
Yes.
Daniil.
Yes.
Okay, I guess I'll say yes. McIntyre. And we won't need another amendment, but,
She can make another motion if she wants to, can't she, Chris?
Yeah.
If you want to make a motion now to say, in the future, the board will no longer have to approve this,
Yeah.
pick one person, maybe the board liaison, Tamora, would be the person that would review the social activities calendar,
perfect.
and then come to the board and just say, the calendar is done, it's
Yeah.
been reviewed, and you don't have to do it anymore.
Okay, thank you. That's the,
That's the motion you want?
that's the
That's the
motion I'd like to
motion.
make.
Good motion, Chris.
I second that. I never.
Kabinski.
Yes.
Ferretti.
Yes.
Brous.
Yes.
Longo.
Yes.
McCosy.
No.
Daniil.
Yes.
McIntyre, yes.
I don't think we should be involved in the
Hey,
activities.
that's fine.
calendar.
Hey, 6-1, it don't matter.
Okay, okay.
Majority rules. It's democracy.
This is a proposal to the amendments of the documents. Okay, I move to recognize and process the 2 request amendments to Monterey Yacht Club's bylaws. And I'm going to read the thing before we get a second on it. Okay. Amendment number 1, the Finance Committee. There shall be a Finance Committee to advise the Board of Directors concerning the formation, accumulation, safeguarding, and disposition reserve funds. The Finance Committee will develop long-range financial plans, including adequate reserve formation, cash requirements, forecasting, and similar functions affecting the reserve funds. The change that will be put in there is prior to making decisions in regard to borrowing, transferring, or not fully funding the reserves, the Board of Directors shall request advice from the Finance Committee. It continues to read on, the Finance Committee will review and comment change to the Board, utilize and disposition non-operating funds. The Finance Committee shall be standing committee to be appointed by the response to the Board as a whole, and shall be limited under the number of 7 members whom shall be owners or owners' spouses. Each Finance Committee member will serve a 3-year term, and another change is going to be and may succeed themselves. The term shall be staggered so that no more than 2 or 3 members are appointed each year. The Finance Committee will elect its own chairperson, change, who may not be director member, and determine the rules under which it will operate. A member of the committee may be removed by a majority vote of the board. Should a member resign or be removed, the board shall appoint a new member and fill the unexpired term for the class of which the vacancy occurs. On that, that's basically a checks and balance type thing. We had a problem with the roofs where we were going to borrow money, and that's why that change is being made in there, or want to make the change. So we have to go to the Finance Committee and get their opinion on it. Amendment number 2, the amendment may be proposed to the association's documents in the following manner. A written petition signed by 15% of the general membership of the condominium setting forth proposed change or additions, which petition shall be submitted in writing to the Board of Directors, may originate by a majority vote. It used to be any member of the directors of the board at the meeting. In either case, the legality of the proposed amendment shall be presented to the members for approval by written consent within 90 days in case of emergency, or vote at the next membership meeting, where the required 14-day notice can be met. Instead of one person making a change, it's going to have to go to the majority of the board. That's on that one. So, I mean, need a second on that.
I'll
Nobody
second
has a
it.
problem with it?
Ron, does Amendment 1, does that conflict with the new term limits we just voted on? The 3-year term limit?
No, because whatever's written in this amendment is what we're going to go by.
Okay.
Am I right in that, Chris?
What you just changed only was the resolution.
Resolution.
For the rules and regulations.
Yeah.
This actually is not a resolution. This is part of.
This is part of our documents, yeah.
And this has been reviewed by our attorney, correct? Yeah, okay, we're just going to go forward.
This is the proposed amendment to you guys. This is the proposed amendment to you guys first. You have to decide whether you either want to do it, and then it would go to Jacob to do the actual legal wording. He would have to set up, a proxy form and the whole bit.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Have a second?
Rouse seconded it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you can discuss.
No comment.
I have no comment.
No comment.
I'm
No
okay.
comment.
None for me.
No comment.
Let's take a vote on it. I'm
Kabinski.
sorry, hang on a second.
Oh.
Is anybody out there got anything to say? No? Okay. Take a vote on it.
Kabinski.
Yes.
Ferretti.
Yes.
Brous.
Yes.
Longo.
Yes.
Makosi.
Yes.
Daniil.
Yes.
McIntyre, yes.
Okay. Owners to speak on non-agenda items. Anybody out there have anything to say? Anybody? Anybody can talk.
Now anyone can talk.
No?
I was just wondering, okay, I was just wondering, I didn't sign up to speak on any agenda items today because I didn't know what was going to be on the agenda. And, I came in here and it was like 5 to 10 by the time I read it, and I didn't get a chance to sign up. Is it possible to see the agenda a day before the meeting, like email it to us or post it
Yeah,
somewhere?
it should be posted right there on the board up there.
So it's posted the day before?
48
It's
hours.
48 hours before at least. so
Okay,
it was
I didn't know
posted- Yeah,
that.
it was posted Friday, yeah.
Okay.
This particular one has actually been posted since Thursday.
Yeah.
On the bulletin board right there.
All right. I didn't know that, so that's good to know. Maybe the other, residents would like to know too, because as Carol mentioned, not too many people come now to the meetings, but thank you.
Camille, you can talk about a non-agenda item, something that's not on the agenda you can talk about right now. So
That's why I just want to, no.
I just want to say thank you to the board. I've been coming to the meetings all this season and listened very attentively to everything that you had to say. And I love the fact that you do listen to each other. So I just want to show my appreciation to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Diane.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I've only, go ahead, you got something to say?
No.
Okay, I just have one thing. A few people approached me about the social activities position that was open that Sue Andrews got off, and it was never put on 63. I don't know if it's been filled yet or not, but if it was, how come it wasn't put on 63? I don't know if anybody can answer that? No?
She's not here.
She's not here? Okay, I thought she was here. Okay. Okay. Do we know, is the position filled?
I'm not on social activity.
Okay. No?
I heard it was.
I heard it was too, but it
You
was
want the
never
mic?
posted.
Can I explain something?
Sure.
I was approached a long time ago if I would ever be interested being new here. And I thought about it, and then the position was open, and I called the appropriate person, and they said, yeah, I'll give it a try. However, I've heard a lot of rumors. I am really, at this point, anyone who is interested in being on the social committee, please, because if this is how I have to work with a committee or the community, I don't want it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to go back to the person that's in charge. And I know several people have been
voicing that they are interested. Go for it, because I'm done.
Well, the only thing was, it was supposed to be posted on 63. I mean, all these, any board, either board committees or Mora committees, are supposed to be posted on 63. Okay, that's, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the only reason I'm bringing it up, because everything is supposed to be posted on 63, and for some reason, I don't even know if the position's filled or not. I don't have any idea. But somebody approached me and asked me why it wasn't on 63.
Well, I guess I would like to ask you, if you are really interested in social activities, I wouldn't get discouraged. It's a great group, and, the rumors are rumors, and you have to go to the source. So that's the best I can take.
My suggestion, put it on 63, let everybody say, hey, I'm really interested, and go that way.
Yeah, that's what's supposed to be done, so.
Yeah, previously it was not, they were not posted on
no, they
63.
weren't.
That is something new that we just started this year, which is good. I mean, I'm glad we did, and they should be posted on 63. Why it wasn't, we don't know,
So
but.
it should go back on, post it on 63, and then whoever wants,
Yes.
have at it.
Yeah.
Are you the person? Are you the second chair now?
No, there is none.
I mean, you're saying it like you are the person.
That's what I understood.
Oh, okay. There's the new person, Ron.
Yeah, but they weren't, it wasn't posted on 63.
And it wasn't done properly,
Yeah.
so therefore I'm suggesting that they do it over again, and then whoever wants it.
Yeah. You haven't been here long enough about all the rumors that fly around, Pat. Let me tell
There's
you.
a lot of them.
I guarantee you, there's things talking about why this guy, you posted, nobody puts in for it anyway. I mean, they like to hear themselves talk. I think the rumors spread around something fierce. So, like I always say, believe it half of what you see and nothing what you hear, because it's outrageous. I mean,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Understand.
Don't take it personally.
No, it's not a
but
personal, it's
let
not a
me tell you
personal thing,
something.
believe me.
If I took it personally, I'd be out of here a long time ago.
But my suggestion.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the proper procedure.
Yeah, and then
I mean, yeah, it was voted in on the February 22nd meeting to do that, to put it on 63. I mean, I don't know why people are trying to skirt the system, but they do it. They do it with a lot of things, not just one thing. That's one of many.
I don't feel it's anybody skirting the system. I do believe that Chris had said the only thing that was going to be posted out there were board openings.
No.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a second.
So there's some confusion.
Motion.
And maybe it should be clarified that whenever there's an opening, but then there are committees that have people that have said, I will join your committee, so they go to them. So what is the proper procedure here? For any and all committees?
Any and all. Yep. That's the way it was put through. Yep. And it's on, you can go on.
So the committees are full now and going forward?
No, it's not full, right?
It's more committees or board committees, either or.
I'm asking you, the committees are full now, as of right now.
Yeah.
Do you want people to go back? Or
No,
going
I
forward?
don't see a reason for that, but I mean, in the future, I mean,
Okay.
it's got to be done the way, I mean, what's the sense of making a rule if you're not going to do it? It's fine where it is now.
Okay?
Okay.
I have a question or comment on that. If more than one application comes in, or more than one person indicates that they have an issue, or not an issue, they have a desire to join that particular committee, then the committee itself votes on who should be put on, or elected,
That's
nominated,
basically-
whatever.
That's basically the way it
appointed.
was said when it was voted on at the meeting, yes.
Okay. Just wanted
Well,
for
I have
clarification.
one thing, and like I say, I don't like to cause trouble, but people think I do. And all defense of Pat and everybody else on that thing, just like we did these other ones, it should be posted on 63. It should be. I mean, it went in effect February, and there's an opening. It should be, for formality, or technicality, it should be posted on 63. Okay? Like Ron said, he got some repercussion from people that said it wasn't on 63, which it wasn't, which were wrong. So put it on 63, and I'm sure the results will be the same. I agree with Pat.
All right.
I mean, it's
Okay.
in all fairness.
Whatever they want to do.
Going
Peg.
forward.
Going forward.
Going
Ms. Claire here
forward.
would like to speak.
Okay, so we do need to clarify this because I'm hearing two different things. Going forward, we're doing this,
No, going
or
now.
we're going backwards now and say we're going to post that opening
From today forward,
from this day forward.
So I don't agree with that, but that's.
So welcome to the Social Activities Club.
I do.
Let's leave it the way it is.
Now,
Okay. Go ahead.
I have a question about the second time around sale. We have things we want to donate,
We got to...
maybe, but I don't want to hold on to it until January.
well, that's always been the practice in the past. We were not supposed to, nobody was supposed to drop anything off until 2 weeks before the sale. I don't see any difference of the sale next year. Same procedures.
My wife is always decorating, redecorating.
I have one of those
Put
too,
it in a
Gene.
box and put it in your bed.
There's no room under the bed.
Anybody else have anything? Go ahead.
Jeanette?
I have a question about the status of Hotwire versus Comcast. Where do we stand on this?
What?
So we had a, yeah.
Meeting. A get-together. Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, so we had a meeting with Hotwire on last Friday. This was an actual negotiation meeting where we sat down and actually went over the contract, went over, prices, what we can get for them for free, what we can get added, things like that. They are writing up an actual contract right now that'll go in front of the board. The board of directors will tentatively agree it or pass it, but then it has to be sent to the Monterey's attorney. They've got to do all the legal stuff. Once the legalities are taken care of, the board will officially vote on it, and I believe we will be going with Hotwire.
Explain why you think that.
Say again?
Explain why you think that so they know.
Okay, so first off, we met with Comcast again. We asked them, to bid, et cetera. They were not going to be putting any fiber optics in. You're going to still be keeping your old boxes, your old service, et cetera. We actually asked them to bid apples to apples, which was the 300 megabytes or whatever in computer speed and all that kind of stuff. That was 6 weeks ago. I'm still waiting for it. Hotwire came in with an excellent proposal. They basically matched what they originally offered us, but added DVR and added the upgraded channels with Hallmark, etc. They have said, most likely a given, that you're going to get at least one free year of HBO. All fiber optics, like I said. If you want a third box, you'll have to do that on your own. So if you're a 3-bedroom unit and you do want a third box, that they will not include. And we are also looking at reducing the monthly door rate of how much we'll pay and what the percentage of the increase would be. We're actually looking to increase. Those are some of the negotiation points that we went to them with, that they were, I would say Jason was pretty receptive to them, but he's got to get approval. So we'll see what he was actually able to get. It looks like it's going to be right around, if it stays the way it is, right around $78. By the time the contract for Comcast is over next year, just for TV alone, you'll be paying $52. So it's only going up about $26 to include internet, fiber optics, all wireless, etc.
Just one comment on that. People look at the $27. We'll round that to 30. That our maintenance is going to go up. But right now, I'm paying Comcast $30 a month for a internet service that's not as good as what they're going to offer us. So for me, and I can only speak for myself, it's a wash.
We also pay extra to have internet in this building and at the yacht club. That's going to now be included, so that'll be a savings. They're also going to put it, so there'll be plenty of coverage at the pool, at the docks, at the shack. It's also going to give us the capability of being able to put in security cameras that run on Wi-Fi. So it's just a huge upgrade.
Anyone else?
Hang on, Jim.
Chris, I heard a rumor, maybe you can answer it, that the community across the street of Canner had high wire and they had so many problems they got rid of it.
No, that was actually a company called Blue Stream. Different cable company.
Okay, that's why I'm asking.
That's why
Jim,
you're asking. It's not hot wire.
Thank you.
Jim, just to reiterate on that, myself, Bob, and Peggy, I called 7 different complexes. Bob called 6 or 7, and I think Peggy called 6 or 7. We did not get one negative thing on hot wire, not one thing. Not one thing. It was 100% go for it.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It is.
At least he asked the question. That's good.
Hi, I'm Sabrina Stagnita, apartment 41E. I just have a comment. Every month, I pay an additional $50 a month to Comcast for my internet. I like, stronger internet. I like to stream and everything. So now when we go to Hotwire, that fee will be gone and it'll be already included in our fee. So in a way, I think we're making out for all those of you that have internet. I just thought it was something to point out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And also, are they still giving us a bonus to take them?
Yes, we are still getting a bonus, yes. We're also negotiating that. Right now, it's 6 months, free service. But being that we're maybe increasing it, maybe extending the contract, they might give us more than that. But we want to let y'all know. You're still going to get that in your maintenance. It's not that your maintenance is going to go down for 6 months. You're going to pay the same, but it'll now give us approximately $225,000 to use for a project. So rather than having to special assess you to do pond 3 or do the next pond or do all the concrete repairs, we will have that money in the budget to do a project. So in the long run, it is saving you money because you will not get special assessed for that other project.
Good. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. Yeah.
Anyone else, or we're good?
Good.
Can I make a motion that we adjourn?
Second.
Seconded.